Today, I'm going to connect from this pipe to a filter to a 12-volt pump and set that all up to water my greenhouse and the outside garden. I'm not going to show you every detail, but I'll show you as I'm done, as I'm doing each piece, and why I've done it. I've removed the pressure tank, removed some blocks from the previous setup, and it gives me like a clean slate to work with. Well, that's what I have so far. Low pressure coming in from the tanks through the filter. Because the intake to the pump is on this side, I had to go across down into the pump, and then now I'm coming out of the pump. Now I'm going to put the pressure tank back in and run to some taps. So there, it's sort of hooked up. We got our filter, we got our 12-volt pump, we got our battery, we've got our pressure tank. Comes up here. This is going to go to the drip feeder eventually. I got to get up there to a timer and all that. And it comes over here to two taps. One of the taps goes to a hose where Sharon's already taking the water out of the system and watering it. How much pressure you got?
Pretty good. I get to the end of the bucket.
Good. Until we get our drip system set up. Oh! It's very hot in the greenhouse, but the purpose of the pressure tank is, like, you know, right now Sharon's still watering, but the pump's not running because that pressure is built up in that tank. Now it's back on again. So that's what I have so far. There's 30 clamps over there of the pinch clamps, the shark bite pinch clamps. Crazy. 30 clamps over there so far. I haven't finished the system.
A little update on the greenhouse. We are getting some little plants coming up with the sea. The only thing is my green peppers seem kind of behind, and so does my iceberg lettuce. But other than that, things are looking up. We have some tomatoes on that little shrub. Bought this plant from Dollarama for $1.50, and it is producing fruit. We now have some buds on some of the other bigger red tomatoes, beefsteaks, and plum. And my husband's been working very hard on this irrigation system for the past all weekend. And let's hope we don't have issues. It also goes to the outside. So here's the start of the outdoor irrigation system. It's got the big black pipe, and he hasn't got the little one yet. And these are all our pots for plants. Those will be moved over a little bit to that wall. We have some squash that we're not sure if it likes the soil or what, but it's coming. Cucumbers are coming. We have a little bit of hairs that show their onions are, carrots are getting up here. We have a few beans. And here we have a couple of cauliflower. We're not really sure. And here we're starting to get some beets, if you can picture those. Over on this one here we have some green peppers. They seem to come up, and for some reason or other, maybe it's a little cool yet. Red pepper, green pepper starting. Garlic chives. I've never grown garlic chives, but I hope that they're good. And we have iceberg lettuce. Maybe I put it too far in the soil. Some rapid lettuce. It's getting up there. Radish is coming, and we have some sweet Vidalia onions. Hopefully they will take. Okay, we have water going to be coming here. The tomato plants, the peas, the squash, another tomato plant, an eggplant, and 4 romaine lettuce, spicy hot peppers over there, and we have some carrots that are barely coming up, but I guess once we get everything watered here, we have some beans, bush beans, some col, broccoli, and cauliflower, beets, and it's working, it's dripping.
Hi folks, I was having a real hard time with the water when it entered the pump, and when it entered there and left there. It's just leaking and dripping. I couldn't stop it. At that time I had PEX pipe, as you can see in the previous video. So now I've put this soft tubing on, and it allows the connections on the pump to fit nice and snug. Like, there's no stress on them. Before with the PEX pipe, they were stressed. They're trying to pull them into place using the power of the PEX pipe. So my leaks stopped now. So that's how I solved that, with the soft hose. I have my trusty tools here, a little poker, and this here just pushes the little barb into the pipe after I poke it. They say you don't have to poke it, but I don't know, I think it's easier. So right now, I'm going to put a little black pipe on, a regular one, over to the bottom of the tomato plant, because this pot doesn't have any water to it. So the first step is I'm going to take my hose, put a little hole into it, simply a matter of putting the barb into the little pusher, a little bit more, I think. There. Put the tube on the end. Make sure it goes on all the way. Being miserable. There. Thought I was going to have to heat it up. So I've got this other tube. It's the one that drips 2 gallons per hour of these holes. So I calculated it out, and at 3 minutes, because that's all I'm letting my timer run, 3 minutes, it's gonna put 0.23 gallons of water per minute. I mean, per 3 minute period of time. Hopefully I can get this barb in easy. One of the ways to do it is, if they're being miserable, is to heat them up. That one looks like it's gone in. But sometimes I've used the heat gun for paint removing, those heat guns. But you see now I have the black tube with no holes connected to the brown tube with 2 holes. Just put an end piece in. I'm just going to wrap that around inside the tomato plant. Need a little bit of electrical tape maybe. Just something to hold it into sort of a circle. Don't like how that went. I don't want the holes to be right close to the edge. I'm also going to tape it here a bit to get it out of the road. This little black pipe. So now it's in around the bottom of the tomato plant. So we have 2 holes that's going to be dripping water in there. So these sprinklers are putting out far too much water. Taking them off. Put the barb on.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Works good.
Yeah. I wondered how you insert the brown holes into the bigger black holes. You're drilling a hole for that? Just looking at the fitting, this seems odd, that's all. It's not round, that's for sure.
Now I need to put a plug at the end, which of course I forgot in the greenhouse. These here we put on these, and it's far too much water.
Oh.
With this brown tubing, each of these holes puts out 2 gallons per hour.
Oh, wow.
So when you put it on for 3 minutes, it's 0.3 gallons for every 2 of them.
Yeah.
So 0.3 gallons for a container of that, not too bad.
No. So you're gonna have that on a timer?
It's on a timer already. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's there.
Awesome. Here.
So now I got my little plug. And you can pull the plug out if you have more plants, which I will eventually.
You already had this one primed, right? This one was already working, eh?
Yeah, they've all been working.
Okay.
It pumps out way too much water.
Yeah.
So.
So this is obviously not your first year gardening. Does all of this what you're growing right now? How long is all this gonna last in your house? You figured? You don't know.
Will it even work?
Oh, will it even work? Yeah.
Depends on the season, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, from what I've gathered about gardening, it's not easy.
Hit and miss.
Yeah. It's not an
It's-
easy thing.
I mean, it's perfectly. Everybody knows it. You can go to your store and buy vegetables cheaper.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's what they say.
Oh, no, it's not.
And like same with like bread. Can you imagine trying to make bread from scratch with some wheat? It's not gonna work out too well for you. It's probably gonna cost you way more to make that bread than it is to actually go and buy some.
Yes. It's just the exercise in doing it, the fun
for
of
sure.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be a full-fledged farmer, right? Abundance of everything to make a profit.
Yeah, there's no way to make any money. So now the black tubing has 2 birds.
All joined together.
Yeah, I don't need a plug on the end of this.
No.
It's easier to calculate when you know for certain that it's 0.2. You know, I mean,
Once you know it's what it's doing.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get it all out first and then know, eh? Test, test, test. It's like you're in the commissioning process.
This tube I cannot find in Canada,
Oh no?
although you see it advertised all over the place
Yeah.
in all the YouTube videos.
How much for a roll?
Well, originally I was looking at a roll, it was 50 feet,
Yeah.
and it was $57.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's 500 feet, and then
Oh yeah.
so I get enough for all my
Oh,
life.
yeah. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's good.
So I'm just going to keep on doing that, go down the row, and each pot's going to be done the same way, and I'll show you when it's done.
With, yep.
Well, all the drips have been put on now. You look really close, you can see them dripping. So I've got it like that now in every pot. Much better control over the flow now. You can see it's a little drip. It's 2 gallons an hour. Much better to control. So all the pots now have that. And of course the beds have it. So the drip irrigation system is finished now. If you liked this video, please click like to let me know that there is an interest in this topic. Click subscribe to view videos about fishing, UTV adventures, cooking, my boat renovation. Many topics are coming soon.